Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the example of the space which is not a Banach space. So firstly we'll define the space denoted by CAB. This is a space of all the real valued continuous functions defined on this closed interval AB. So by this notation, the space C, which is defined on the closed interval 0, 1, this is a space of all the real valued continuous functions defined on the closed interval 0, 1. Today we will show that this function space equipped with the norm defined by norm of x is equal to integral 0 to 1 mod x. This is incomplete norm space. So in order to prove that this is incomplete norm space, we will have to form a Cauchy sequence which is not convergent in this space. So firstly, let us define a sequence in this space which is the space of real valued continuous functions on the closed interval 0, 1. So for n greater than or equal to 3, let us define a sequence xn by if t belongs to the closed interval 0 to half. This is defined by 1. If t belongs to the closed interval half to half plus 1 by n, this is defined by minus nt plus n by 2 plus 1. And if t belongs to the closed interval 1 by 2 plus 1 by n to 1, then we have defined xn by 0. And clearly we can see that this function, that is a continuous function. Now we'll show that the sequence formed by these functions, that is a Cauchy sequence. So let us consider m greater than n and n is greater than or equal to 3. Now let us consider the norm of xm minus xn. Now by definition of norm, which we defined in the equation 1, by using this definition, this is given by integral 0 to 1 mod of xm minus xn. Now we can break this integral into two parts. This can be written as integral from 0 to half xm minus xn mod dt plus integral half to 1 xm minus xn mod dt. Now because in the interval 0 to half, the value of xn and xm, that is 1, so this will become 1 minus 1, that will be 0. And in the interval 1 by 2 to 1, by using the triangle inequality, this is less than or equal to the integral half to 1 xm mod plus integral half to 1 xn mod. So now let us consider one of these two terms. So let us consider this term, integral from 1 by 2 to 1 xm mod dt. Now let us break this integral into two parts. One integral is from the limits 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 plus 1 by m, and second integral is from 1 by 2 plus 1 by m to 1. Now substituting the value of xm from the definition of the sequence xn which we have defined in the interval 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 plus 1 by n, we have defined the sequence xn by this term. So we can use this definition here. So this will become integral 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 plus 1 by m. The value of xm is minus mt plus m by 2 plus 1 dt. So and from 1 by 2 plus 1 by m to 1, the value of the integral, that is 0. So that will be 0. Simplifying this term, we get the value of this integral as 1 upon 2m. In the same way, we can find the value for this term, that will be 1 by 2n. So we can substitute the values here. So we get the norm of xm minus xn, that is less than or equal to 1 upon 2m plus 1 upon 2n. And as m and n approaches to infinity, this expression will approach to 0. Thus, we have proved that the norm of xm minus xn approaches to 0 as m and n approaches to infinity. So, this proves that the sequence xm, that is a Cauchy sequence. Now, we will prove that the sequence is not convergent in this space of real valued continuous functions defined on the closed interval 0, 1. So, let us take, if this sequence converges, let the limit of this sequence, that is denoted by x. Now, x is given by, we can see from here, as t belongs to the closed interval 0 to half, the limit of the sequence, that will be 1. And as t belongs to the closed interval half to 1, the limit of the sequence, that will be 0. So from here we can see that at the break point 1 by 2, at the two values are not same. On the left of 1 by 2, the value is 1, and on the right the value is 0. So we can see that the function, limit function x, that is not continuous at t is equal to half. So we can say that x does not belong to the function space of real valued continuous functions defined on the closed interval 0, 1. Thus we have obtained a Cauchy sequence which is not convergent in this space. So we can say that the space of real valued continuous functions defined on the closed interval 0, 1 with this norm, that is not a Banach space. So this was example of a space which is not Banach. Our next topic is the lemma, which is translation invariance lemma. According to this lemma, a metric D induced by norm on a normed linear space X that always satisfies these two conditions. The first condition is the distance between every two vectors of space X is equal to the distance between x plus a and y plus a, where x, y and a, these all belongs to the normed linear space X. And second property, the distance between alpha x and alpha y is equal to alpha mod into distance between x and y. Here alpha belongs to the field of scalars. So if any norm, any metric which is induced by norm, that will always satisfy these two conditions. Now we prove these two conditions. Now because we know that the metric induced by norm on the normed linear space, that is given by the formula distance between x and y is equal to x minus y norm, where x and y belongs to this space X. Now adding and subtracting a inside of this norm, we get norm of x plus a minus y plus a. We can write in this way. Now comparing it with this definition, this is the distance between x plus a and y plus a. So this proves the first condition. In the second condition, the distance between alpha x and alpha y. Again, by using this definition, the distance between alpha x and alpha y, that is given by norm of alpha x minus alpha y. Now this can further be written as alpha into x minus y norm. Now by using the absolute homogeneous property of norm, the mod of the scalar alpha into the norm of x minus y. So what is this? This is the distance between x and y. So we have proved the second property also. Distance between alpha x and alpha y is equal to alpha mod into distance between x and y. So this proves translation invariance lemma. Now next we do some examples based on this translation invariance lemma. Every metric space need not be normed linear space. It means we are to give an example of a metric on a linear space that cannot be obtained from norm. So let us consider the example of the sequence space. Sequence space is denoted by S. This is a space of all bounded or unbounded sequences of the complex numbers. The S is a linear space, and we will show that the metric D cannot be obtained from the norm, and this metric is defined in the following way. Here, let us take two elements x and y belonging to this sequence space S. So by definition, x is a sequence, either bounded or unbounded sequence of complex numbers. This is given by exile I. And the another element we have taken denoted by the sequence eta I. Let us define the distance between x and y by summation I varies from 1 to infinity, 1 upon 2 raised to the power I, mod of exile I minus eta I divided by 1 plus mod of exile I minus eta I. Here, these two elements belongs to the sequence space S. We proved that this metric which we have defined that cannot be obtained from norm. We will prove it by contradiction. Let us assume this metric can be obtained by the norm on the sequence space S. Then according to the translation invariance lemma, D should satisfy this property. Means the distance between alpha x and alpha y should be equal to alpha mod into distance between x and y, where alpha is a scalar and x and y are the elements of the sequence space S. Now by definition, distance between alpha x and alpha y. In the definition of a metric, we can replace xy by alpha x and alpha y. So that will become summation I varies from 1 to infinity, 1 upon 2 raised to the power I into mod of alpha xi I minus alpha eta I divided by 1 plus mod of alpha xi I minus alpha eta I. Now from here alpha mod can be taken outside. Inside we have mod of exile I minus eta I divided by 2 raised to the power I into 1 plus alpha mod into mod of exile I minus eta I. Now if you see the right side, alpha mod into distance between x and y. So alpha mod as it is, by definition, distance between x and y, that is given by summation I varies from 1 to infinity, 1 upon 2 raised to the power I into mod of exile I minus eta I upon 1 plus mod of exile I minus eta I. Now we can see that these two expressions, these are not same in general. This is same only in one case, when mod of alpha will be 1. So this equation is not true unless alpha mod is equal to 1. So we get a contradiction. So we can see that the metric D defined by us that cannot be obtained by the norm on sequence space S. Next, one more example based on this lemma is discrete metric on the vector space X, which is non-zero. We will show that this discrete metric cannot be obtained from a norm. Now by definition, what is discrete metric? If we have two different elements, then distance between these two elements, that is 1, and if the elements are same, the distance between them is 0. This metric is called discrete metric. Now we will prove that this metric cannot be obtained from norm. So let us prove it by contradiction. Let this metric D can be obtained from the norm on X. Now for X not equal to Y and a scalar alpha belonging to field of scalars, alpha x will not be equal to alpha y if x and y are different. So by definition of discrete metric, if the two elements are different, then distance between them, that is 1. Now because x is not equal to y, so distance between x and y is 1. So alpha mod into distance between xy, that is alpha mod, if x and y are different. So we can see that these two are not same unless alpha mod is 1. So we can say that the metric D cannot be obtained from norm. Next, one more exercise based on this lemma is, if D is a metric on a vector space X which is not equal to 0, which is obtained from a norm, and D bar of xy, that is 0 if x and y are same, and D bar of xy is equal to 1 plus distance between x and y if x and y are different, then this function D bar, that is a metric on x which cannot be obtained from the norm on x. So we have to prove two conditions here. Firstly, we have to prove that this function defined by us, that is a metric on x, and then we will prove that it does not satisfy the condition of translation invariance lemma. So firstly, in order to prove that D bar is a metric on x, so we will verify the properties of metric. First property, distance between x and y should be non-negative for every x and y belonging to the given vector space. Now, because D is already a metric, so distance between x and y will be greater than equal to 0. Therefore, D bar of xy, from here we can see by definition, if this is non-negative, this will also be non-negative, and in this case, if x and y are same, this is already 0. So we have proved the first property. In the second property, we have to show symmetry. Now, in symmetry, if x and y are same, then by definition of D bar of xy, that is 0. And in the third property, if x and y are same, the distance between x and x, that is 0. If x and y are different, then distance D bar between y and x, that is given by 1 plus D of y and x. Now because D is metric, so it satisfies the condition of symmetry. Distance between y and x will be same as distance between x and y. So we have proved that if x and y are different, D bar of xy is same as D bar of yx. So this proves the condition of symmetry for D bar. Now last property, triangle inequality. We have to prove that D bar xy is less than or equal to D bar xz plus D bar zy. Now let us consider D bar xy. Now by definition, if x and y are different, this is given by 1 plus distance between x and y. Because D is a metric, so D distance between x and y will be less than or equal to distance between xz plus distance between zy. So D bar xy is less than or equal to 1 plus distance between xz or plus 1 plus distance between zy. Now by definition, this is D bar xz and this is D bar zy. Till yet we have proved that the function D bar, that is a metric. Now we prove that it cannot be obtained from the norm on x. So in order to prove that it cannot be obtained from norm on x, we will check translation invariance lemma. Now, if D bar can be obtained from norm, then it should satisfy this condition. D bar between alpha x and alpha y should be same as alpha mod into D bar between x and y. Now let us consider this side, D bar between alpha x and alpha y. Now by definition, if x and y are different, alpha x and alpha y will also be different. So this will be is equal to 1 plus distance between alpha x and alpha y. Now because this is further is equal to alpha mod into D between x and y. So d bar between alpha x and alpha y is given by 1 plus alpha mod into distance d between x and y. Now if we simplify right side, alpha mod into d bar between x and y, alpha mod as it is, d bar between x and y is given by 1 plus d between x and y. Now we can see from here that these two terms, they are not same. It means the conditions for translation invariance lemma is not satisfied unless alpha mod is 1. So we can say that the metric d bar that cannot be obtained from norm. So this completes the examples based on translation invariance lemma.